So I see this all the time with startups when they actually get to a point where they have enough funding and they start wanting to bring on legal help. And at that point, a lot of times it's a little bit too late for certain things. So a lot of times I see this where startups will use these, online companies to start their corporations or their LLCs, and it's drafted incorrectly, or it's drafted in a way that actually ends up giving them horrible tax consequences or other types of consequences. So you have to kind of go back in and amend things, or the corporate, they give out shares without actually getting the company to authorize it. So you have to go back and ratify things. And there's so many complex corporate laws that people don't understand and realize. There's so much that goes into it that it becomes too difficult, or it becomes way more expensive to go back and fix the problems that should have been done to begin with and are very simple and cheap to do, or at least cheaper than to go back and fix. Another big problem they usually have is they don't document so many things. They'll tell their employees that they'll give them equity, but they don't document it as options or as restricted stock, and there's no rules behind. The company will want to have certain rights. If the employee suddenly leaves, you don't want to just have them have all this equity in the company. Another huge thing is their intellectual property, trademarks, copyrights, patents. They won't actually get them registered or do it properly. So it leaves them open to a lot of, one, liability, two, people coming and stealing your intellectual property and your rights, your employees doing it, doing confidentiality and inventions agreements with your employees so that the work they're doing, especially in tech companies, a lot of coding, the employees can actually end up claiming ownership of it because they're the ones that did the work. So you have to document all these things and make sure the ownership of these things is very clear.